everybody? My name is Cloud929. Welcome back to another video. Today, in this one, it's going to be my ban list prediction slash wish list for the May 2026 and potentially June 2026 ban list. Yeah, the ban list should be coming around the corner. Blazing Dominion is coming out, and they're most likely wanting to push the older decks out of this current format and try to push the newer decks in Blazing Dominion. So we should expect a ban list pretty soon. I probably expect it around maybe like YCS Columbus. Maybe they'll do a YCS ban list and drop it at Columbus, or sometime afterwards. So either in late May or, like I said, in early June is what I'm expecting this ban list to come out. But yeah, I also am doing a slash wish list as well, because there's a lot of cards in this format I'm just tired of, and I hope they do hit on this next list, but I don't expect it because for some reason this Konami just has a hard time hitting Floodgates, and I'm not a Floodgate person, so expect Floodgates to be on this ban list prediction slash wish list. But usually I have like a list on my phone that I go off of, like to go off of this ban list prediction, but today I'm just going to go off of full memory. So there's probably going to be a couple cards I do miss, because there's a lot of cards to talk about in this ban list prediction. So if I do miss some cards, let me know down in the comments down below, and let me know your opinion on the ban list as well. And without further ado, I think that's really it. That's all my spiel. Let's actually get into the ban list, shall we? So first things first is going to be Unchained Shavara. Why is this card I'm going to start off with the unlimits. Yeah, why is this card still at 2? Give me Shavara back. I'm an Unchained lover. Give me Shavara back. Doesn't even change anything. This thing at being at 2 does nothing. It's going to do nothing at 3. I do understand Unchained is getting new support in the OCG. That's like the last thing they haven't revealed to us yet that we know we're going to get. So maybe, I don't know, give it this Unchained Shavara to 3. Again, it just doesn't make sense for this card to be at 2, and it's been at 2 for a little bit now. I don't know why. Yeah, give this card to 3. I'm an Unchained lover. It's not even going to change anything, to be honest with you. Deck still loses to Fua. So, yeah. Why is this how's this card not have happened yet? There's probably a couple other cards you could probably take off of the semi-limited list as well, but this is the one I saw. I was like, yeah, this is why is this card still at 3? Without further ado, though, let's actually get into the proper ban list, shall we? So, what I'm expecting out of this next ban list is pretty much the Justice Hunter decks to pretty much die. Pretty much they're going to be pushing not crossover breakers. What's the cool 2-in-1? What's that set called? I forgot what that set's called. But they're going to be pretty much pushing those decks into the format. So things like Cool Tune, things like all the Art Mage, or the Power Patron like archetypes. I feel like that's going to get pushed a lot, so they're going to try to push back the Justice Hunter decks just a little bit. So I do expect the Justice Hunter decks to be hit once again. We're going to start off with the K9 stuff, and the first thing I will say is fuck this card. Get this card out of the format, please, and thank you. I fucking hate Ripper. I think this is the only problem when it comes to K9. I am perfectly fine with Noari. Azuna as a hand trap is perfectly fine. Jokel's already at 1, so that's really not a problem whatsoever. And this also like somewhat hits Vanquish Soul as well, because you no longer have that bridge into the Ripper, right? I am just tired of this card. I want my hand traps to resolve, please. Please, please, please ban this fucking card. I understand some people might say otherwise. Fuck you. I hate this card. Fuck this card. This card should just be gone. I'm tired of it. It's a generic rank 5, so if you're just a deck that makes rank 5s, you can just splash K9. It's annoying as fuck. Get this card out of the format. I hate this card, please, and thank you. A lot of people might disagree with that. I don't care. Fuck Ripper. I want my hand traps to resolve, so I am going to be hitting K9 Ripper there. For Draco Tail, the best one, probably the best deck in the format, to be honest with you, I'm also going to be hitting pretty hard. I think Femena should be limited, to be honest with you. This is a turn, the turn 0 hand trap for Draco Tail, and it is quite annoying. I think this card should just go to 1. And to be honest with you, they also just should put Rahu to 1. I think if you put Femena and Rahu down to 1, the deck is like playable, but it's not like necessarily that good, because Ketu's already at 1, so you only have 5 spell traps to set off your deck, because you're definitely not going to be playing more than the 3 traps that they're already playing. These are already a brick house to begin with, right? So that only makes it where you only get 5 activations of the smaller guys, so you don't get to like just grind game, right? And obviously the traps can shuffle back, right? Oop, didn't mean to move that back up. Just a little bit more. Okay. But yeah, I think this is probably... Oh my god, just stay there, please. Alright, I think this is probably a fine enough hit. I think Femena and Rahu will both go to 1. You could probably argue for the case that maybe only one or the other will get limited. If that's the case, you probably should just limit Rahu. I think Femena is fine as long as the spells are at 1. That's probably fine. But I would just love for both cards to get hit, to be honest with you, just so we don't have to deal with the Draco Tails dumbass bullshit anymore. Again, like I said, I think this is probably the time for the Justice Hunter decks to be hit out of the format, and this is probably just how they're going to do so, right? So that's Draco Tail out of the way. Alright, Mr. Yummy is the next Justice Hunter deck and the last Justice Hunter deck. So how do you want to hit Yummy? So here's the problem, right? This is the problem I was thinking of when I was thinking about this banlist prediction, right? You can fucking limit every single name to 1. Marsh, Lollipo, Cupsy, and Cookie. But if fucking Cupsy Yummy Way exists, this deck will still be playable. So the main problem is Cupsy Yummy Way, right? But if you hit Cupsy Yummy Way, the deck is fucking dead. It just dies. Like, I understand that a lot of people hate Yummy, so they'll probably argue for like a Cupsy Yummy Way ban. But the problem with Yummy has never been the Yummy cards. I feel like the Yummy cards are always like the fair part of the Yummy decks. It's always the dumb bullshit that they're splashing in, right? Either like the Sky Striker package, the Fiendsmith package as of recently, and even like the DMOC, the Fusion, the new Fusion DMOD. Package has always been like the unfair part, because having to deal with those engines and then on top of the Yummy engine is kind of annoying. Obviously the 1-card combos are also very annoying as well. A lot of people might just say limit Cupsy and then maybe like hit one of like the side engines, like putting what is it called, Hornet drones, just banning Hornet drones outright. That is something you could do, or you can just ban Cupsy Yummy Way. I am very conflicted on which one, because yes, I do understand if you do hit Cupsy Yummy Way, the deck is just very much dead, right? The deck is just super dead, and I really don't think there's a way for them to come back, right? Because I did say limiting Snatching and banning Herald would make the deck dead, and turned out it did not. But if you do hit Cupsy Yummy Way, they have no way to search their monsters. I think the deck would just be dead. It just depends on what Konami sees. Do they want to keep Yummy in the format, so they just limit Cupsy and just say, fuck it, you'll have your Cupsy, and we just think that other decks are just more of a power player, right? Or do we just hit Cupsy Yummy Way outright? This is also a deck that can take advantage of Harmonia as well. I don't know. You can convince me either way. You can convince me they should just, limit Cupsy Yummy and be fine, or they should just ban Cupsy Yummy Way, and that'd be it. I really don't know what they should do. This is kind of the one thing I don't know about this ban list. There's multiple ways you can take it. I'm going to go with the Cupsy Yummy Way ban, though, if they just want to just outright kill the Justice Hunter decks like I've been doing. Killing it is just banning Cupsy Yummy Way. That's how you figure out the problem. It's no longer splashable in any deck. Even Pier would probably be dead, because then you would have to outright just draw your Yummy cards, and if you don't draw them, then you're just fucked, right? So, yeah, we're going to go with that. We're going to go with the idea of we're killing the Justice Hunter decks, so they're not playable in this format, so that's the reason why I'm going with the Cupsy Yummy Way ban. But like I said, you can convince me of a Cupsy Yummy limit, and then like another like side piece engine getting banned, right? So these are what I think the Justice Hunters would be. Please, dear God, hit Ripper. Again, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that, but I just want Ripper gone, please. Get that card out of here, please. All right, so that's the Justice Hunter decks out of the way. What else do I think they're going to hit? Well, where is he? Is it Habakiri's time to go? Is the problem, right? Because Mitsu hasn't really been that much of a problem as of recently. Like, obviously, the Pure deck and like the Sky Striker deck, I think those decks are perfectly fine in the format, and I think going into the next format, Mitsurugi Pure is like a solid deck as well, and I like it being in the format. But the problem with keeping Habakiri around is there's a lot of support coming out in the future that would make Habakiri a problem, right? There's that new Link 2 that's generic that can search Habakiri, which is going to be annoying. Thankfully, we don't know when it's going to come out, but there's a chance it comes out within the future, so it makes Habakiri a problem again, being splashed into other decks. Also, there's a new like pre-prep type spell coming out in Chaos Origins, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So there's just like ways for this card to be searchable in the near future. So should we ban the card outright right now, or do we just say, fuck it, we'll deal with it in the next list and just keep it in the format for now? That is the question. I don't know. I feel like the plain answer is they should just hit Habakiri outright, so this will never become a problem in the near future. But I'm also like, I do like pure Mitsurugi in the format, like how Mitsurugi is being played right now, I do like. So I'm perfectly fine with it being in this next upcoming format. I don't know. This is another one of those banlist predictions. I can go either way, to be honest with you. You can say Habakiri ban, and I would be perfectly fine with that. You can say keep Haba at 1 and let it be in the format for at least one more ban list, right? And I would also be perfectly fine with that as well. It really just depends on how you like Habakiri. I'm a Mitsu lover. I love Mitsu a lot, so I would prefer Mitsu be legal for at least one more format, right? So it really just depends and up to you. But like, it makes sense for it to be banned, but also not to be banned. Like, I can go either way with it. But for now, we're going to say it's not going to be banned just because it can be a competition to the newer decks coming out in Blazing Dominion, right? So I'm fine with that. What else should be banned? Honestly, this is where the wish list comes into mind. Where the fuck is this card? Spell, that's not how you spell canceller. Canceller. There you are. Ban you. Get this card out of the fucking format, please, and thank you. I hate this card. I know we're banning Ripper, so there's going to probably be less decks playing this card. I just don't want this card in the format, to be honest with you. So please ban this fucking card. Other cards I want hit, please. Mr. Shifter, get out of here, please. I don't want to deal with fucking macros. Same thing with Dimensional Fissure. There he is. I also want this card banned, to be honest with you, but how they go with continuous spell cards or spell and trap floodgates, they usually just put it to the limited list. So I'm going to put it to the limited list because we go off Konami's thinking, right? Because Gozen, Rivalry, Tikaboo, all those stuff are at 1 right now. But they're not outright banned. And DeFi counts as a continuous spell or trap card, right? So I would say they put this to limited first before they outright ban it. The problem with this is a lot of people are going to be citing this for Cool Tune because it's just now to Cool Tune. Even though I don't like the gameplay of Cool Tune, to be honest with you, it's not going to be one of my favorite decks going into the next format. I honestly don't think this card should exist, to be honest with you. I think this card should be outright fucking banned. So, I'm going to put it to limit, though, because, same thing with Macro. I'm going to also put Macro Cosmos, just because it is just like a same type of deal as DeFi. I'm also perfectly fine with these cards being banned, because fuck these cards. Again, I don't like the Macro Floodgates. I really, really don't. So, please ban these cards right now, please. What else am I thinking? Different Dimension Ground. That's also what I'm thinking. Man, I do not know how to spell. Can you... English is the only fucking language I speak, and I can't even fucking spell it correctly. Different Dimension Grounds. There he is. Okay. DDG. Yeah, also ban DDG. Please get this card out of the format. You also know other cards should not exist. Mistaken Arrest. Mistaken Arrest. Please ban this card. And you know what? Even though I have my reserves about it, get Droll out of the format too. Please just ban this card. This is the wish list part of the fucking ban list. This is where I'm saying DeFi, Macro, Spell Canceller, Shifter, Different Dimension Ground, Mistaken Arrest, Droll. These are all wish list bans. I don't expect these cards to be hit whatsoever. But please get these cards out of the format, please. Droll is like the one I can like consider. Maybe they move from 1-2 to 1 and they slowly move it off. I can see it something like that. Get these floodgates out of the fucking format, please. There's probably even more floodgates I'm forgetting about, to be honest with you. Next things up are cards that give your opponent cards. Albion the Sanctifier, I think, should be banned. I know Albion the Sanctifier isn't really playable right now. Hell, even Branded is not even playing it anymore because they realize they can be doing better stuff than giving your opponent a card, right? But I also just think this card shouldn't exist for the format. Just because gaming cards are just annoying as fuck. Same thing with Princess. It's an XYZ, if I can find it. There he is. Princess, get this card out of the format too. Even though we're hitting Ripper, this card will probably be played less likely. I just don't like cards that give your opponent cards or special summon something like Spell Canceller to the fucking field. So, yeah, ban this card. But if we're banning Spell Canceller, this is probably like a card you can consider not even banning. But I don't know. This is I just get these cards in the format. Again, wish list. All wish list thinking here. Don't expect any of the cards to be hit. But get these cards out of the fucking format, please. Again, there's probably more floodgates I'm forgetting about as well. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Fiendsmith is the next thing to talk about because that's the other splashable engine in the fucking format right now. So, in my honest opinion, I don't think Fiendsmith is that much of a problem, so I really don't want to hit Fiendsmith. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like, a lot of people say limit Engraver. That doesn't even solve the problem because it's still splashable. You know what would actually solve the problem is banning Reproducus or some shit like that, you know? Banning Exciton, I really don't like that because I really like Exciton as a going second engine or a going second card. So I don't really like banning Exciton. I honestly am not a problem. I really just don't find Fiendsmith a problem. Maybe you want to ban like the DDD High King, Wave High King Caesar, because that's really the problem of the deck is Wave High King Caesar. So that's something you could ban if you just like, honestly, unless we're outright banning something like Requiem, I really don't think any other Fiendsmith hit makes sense. Why doesn't this work? But if you want to ban like the extra deck, like DDD Wave High King Caesar, this guy right here. Oh, nope, don't click it. This guy, you could. This is something you could ban. You force him to go into like the Lacrima play, or not the Desiree play. That's the name of the fucking card. If you go into the Desiree play, and it makes it where the deck loses more to Nib, because a lot of people are playing Fiendsmith because they don't have like a proper way to play around Nibiru. DDD Wave High King Caesar is a way to make sure they can't play around Nibiru, right? So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really that much... I don't find Fiendsmith that much of a problem, so I'm perfectly fine with this like engine not going to get hit. But I also understand there's a lot of people that don't like these cards being legal. But I don't know. I really don't think they're going to hit it, and it's not one of my wish list things, so I'm not going to put it there. What else do I think? I know there's been a lot of conversation about this card as of recently, Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. I don't know. I might make a video about this, to be honest with you. I really don't think Ash is that much of a problem. I understand a lot of people don't like Ash because they want their Fuas to resolve. Guess what? I'm a person that thinks the Charmies fucking... I hate the fucking Charmies, to be honest with you. So I really don't think Ash is the problem. Like, I'm fine with Ash existing to hit the Charming cards. You know what I'm more likely to hit than Ash Blossom right now is something like fucking Called by the Grave. I think Called by should be fucking banned. I really don't think Called by is a fair card. Like hand trap. Oh, you're trying to hand trap your opponent. Your opponent says no. Called by no. There's just no. Get out of here. That's not going to happen, right? Same thing with cross out Designator. Again, this is more of a wish list thing, right? Because don't like these cards. Like just cards that just say no. Just no. This is not. You're going to hand trap me? No. Called by and cross out. No, that's not going to happen, right? I hate those type of cards, right? And even though Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring kind of feels the same way for exactly the Charmy card, if it's not stopping a Charmy card, in my opinion, I really think this card is not, it's mid at, yeah, it can be good, but I think it's at most times mid if it's the only hand trap in your hand, right? So even though I do see like the argument of people wanting this card be hit so their Charmies can resolve, you know what it also could just hit is Called by and Cross Out, because those cards also stop the Charmies from resolving, but can also stop other hand traps depending on the scenario, right? Where Ash Blossom can only hit the Charmy cards, but they can't hit any other hand traps. So I'm perfectly fine with hitting these cards, because at least that means other hand traps can resolve. While with Ash, they can only stop the Fula, but that's it. That's all it can stop, right? So I'm fine with like a cross out Called by, cross out Called by ban, rather than like an Ash like semi or limit or something like that. So I'm perfectly fine with Ash Blossom being fine or in the format, to be honest with you. What else? I'm probably forgetting things because, again, I'm going off of my memory, right? So I'm probably forgetting things. It feels like this limited list should be bigger than what I have it. I really don't care for the semi-limited list, so I really don't care. There's probably cards you can take off the ban list as well that I'm forgetting about. Maybe like Electromite can probably come off now, right? What other cards can... There's probably plenty of cards that can probably be taken off the ban list. I'm not going to delve into that because it feels like a crapshoot, to be honest with you. It feels like they just randomly unban certain cards at certain times, so I don't know. I've seen a lot of people say Snow because Fairy Tail is getting their new support, but honestly, fuck Snow. Snow should be banned. I hate Snow. There's a reason why we had to re-ban it, right? I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm forgetting about. I talked about Mitsu. What else isn't like Malice? I guess I know a lot of people hate Malice, but I don't think they're gonna re-hit Malice again, right? So I think I'm fine with that. Any extra deck hits? I really don't think so. Yeah, I think this is pretty much it for me. I think, like I said, I think the goal of this ban list is to pretty much just get the Justice Hunter decks out of the format so they can push the newer decks coming out of Blazing Dominion, and then the rest of it is pretty much just wish list type of things for me, to be honest with you. So yeah, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I'm trying to, give me 1 second. I'm gonna look at this to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Boom, 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 boom. Yep, we're good. I think that's where I'm going to end it. Again, there's probably cards I'm forgetting about. I'm going to be completely honest with you, but this is where I am going to end it. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Again, probably going to be super controversial because I know a lot of people like K9 Ripper. I know Cup to Yummy Way is a very big hit to Yummy, right? And there's, a lot of Floodgates. For some reason, people like Shifter. Fucking get this fucking card out of the format, please. But yeah, I'm probably going to be forgetting cards, so do let me know down in the comments what cards I did forget. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more content on the channel, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.